Okay, getting the first pick. Oh, get three, Pyro, get three with the
Blade Kid putting on a clinic. 14 down. Oh!
Experience tranquility.
Let's drop the beat.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the BeatDrop. Actually, the final episode of the BeatDrop for Season 5. My name's Captain Jack, and we unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess depending on how you look at it, have a very small crew for our Discord All-Stars interview tonight. Say hello, everybody.
Hey, what's up?
Good day.
Hello.
So, as always, we're going to go ahead and have our guests do their introductions. Tonight's introduction is your name, the team you play for, and your favorite Overwatch sound. I will let you interpret that how you will. So, surprisingly, all of the members joining us tonight are from the Aurum side of the All-Star bracket. So let's go ahead and get things started off. Waffleman, you're first.
Hello, I am Waffleman. I play projectile DPS for the Heckin' Habaneros, and my favorite sound, it's got to be Genji falling off the map. Making that scream sound.
That do be a good one. That do be a good one. All right, Trippy, you're next.
Alright, I'm Mr. Trippy Cow, or Trippy. I play main tank for the Heckin' Habaneros. My favorite sound is probably just the dink sound, especially when you hit him on Hanzo, just those long-range headshots. It's nice.
That is nice. We actually had this as a piece of trivia on my stream a couple nights ago. Did you know that that sound is actually the sound of a beer bottle being opened backwards?
No.
Like, how weird is
That's
that?
weird.
Like, I totally would not get
Wow.
that idea of just a beer bottle being opened as a dink sound, but man, it sure is satisfying. So
I mean, maybe that is why it's so satisfying.
yeah, maybe it was a really good beer. Who knows? Who knows?
Subconscious.
Yeah, I guess it's just like satisfying. All right, Ryan, you're up next.
My name is Ryan Reyes. I'm the Ulf tank for One Tricks, and I have to go with the Sombra Boop, even though it's incredibly frustrating when, boop, boop, and yeah.
You get Sombra and Lucio, and they go back and forth. Whew, good times. And Shadow.
Hi, I'm Shadowfang. I am the off tank for Tempest with about 2k hours on Diva alone. And because of that, my favorite like sound in Overwatch is probably when Diva just says denied.
It's a good call.
That is very nice. Yeah, we got the tank carries tonight for Aurum as well. I just realized that looking at my script for this evening. We have all 3 tanks and 1 DPS. So holy heck.
we got 3 tanks and the one Sombra One Trick that bullies
Yeah,
the
you
tank.
got the Sombra One Trick to bully everybody else, so nobody gets healing. See, easy day, easy
Here to carry it, as
claps. All right, so our first question of the evening. All these questions are basically, I'm going to start with Waffle Man, and we're going to work our way down. So very, very easy day in that manner. First question we have Or, sorry, before I do that, because I forgot to do this last night, we should probably introduce the other 16 members that aren't here right now. You all just recently watched them, but we'll go ahead and introduce them to you anyway. Coming in for the Orem side, in the support line, we have Ademel from Arctic Foxes, Placebo from Exodus, Nagisa from Tempest. For DPS, we had Star Platinum from the Flying Lions, J-Vice from Tailwind, and our flex for Orem was Catatrix from Tailwind. For the side of Indigo, tank lineup is Greninja from Flying Lions, Zuby from Tailwind, and Normac from Battalion. Supports included Mitz for Kits from SEAL Team Spuds, Onzi from Flying Lions, and Sadfire from Supernova. DPS lineup, Mudkip from Battalion, Poochie from Exodus, and Nano from Supernova. And the flex for Indigo's side was Phoenix, also from Supernova. Some of these folks have given me their answers ahead of time since they weren't able to participate with us this evening for the recording. So please feel free to enjoy those. We'll spout those off after each of our active interviewers give their answers tonight. So go ahead, Waffle Man. Tell us about your history of gaming. So where you got your start as a gamer and the path that brought you all the way to Season 5 and Overwatch Tranquility.
So the first, my first introduction, my family's been a little, they were pretty active, a little bit gamers. Started off with the Wii. Forgot the first game I ever played, but the first game I ever beat was Super Mario Galaxy, a classic.
Nice.
Yeah, playing Wii, went to Wii U, DS, 3DS, all the consoles. Never played, no, I played Xbox a little bit. Never played PlayStation though, so would like to maybe try a little bit of that. Got a PC around Christmas time, a couple of years ago. Booted up Overwatch. Has been a long time since I first saw people playing Overwatch and thought it was pretty cool. Saw a lot of Genji gameplay. I was like, dang, I want to try that out. Got an Overwatch, played for around 2 years, and then Trippy here, he was doing in season 4 when I joined the community. He went off. We were playing comp, and he went off to go play tryouts for he was the captain for Boop, so he was doing tryouts with the Boops, and I was like, hey, do you mind if I try out? And he's like, you know what, sure. Went in there, got season 4 Boop, and then had that happen, and then now we're in season 5.
How
Or just
about
ended
that?
season 5.
That's right. That's right. All right. Trippy Cow, how about you? Where'd you get started and how'd you get here?
Well, so same as Waffle, I started off on the Wii back. I don't even know how long ago that was, but played the Wii for a while. Never owned Wii U, GameCube, any of those. I got a 360 and played a lot of Minecraft and Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Those games are beautiful. I got an Xbox One, continued playing the same games, and one day I went over to my friend's house and he let me play on his PS4. It was Overwatch. It just was fairly released. It was still in season 1. And he let me play the bow guy on King's Row. That was the first Overwatch game I ever played. Yeah, I just called him the bow guy. He's like, who do you want to play? I'm like, I want the bow guy. But yeah, after that, I played on console up until around season 7. And then I got my first PC and I installed Overwatch. First game I ever played, started season 8. And yeah, I was playing up then. For how I got into the community, I met Chim. Oh, I met Chim around season 13, I believe. And we were playing in 6-stacks for a while. And after a while, he would leave to go join or go play games and scrims on the Holy Jalapenos. And one time he had to leave, so I rung for a scrim. I don't know how you'd say it, and I just found it amazing. And he invited me to the community, and I put in my post and got accepted onto Boop, and yeah, it's just been going from there.
Nice, very nice. All right, Ryan, how about you? Oh, Ryan.
Mute gang.
It's all right.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
No worries.
So,
Ryan's just building the suspense. It's going to be a great story, folks.
Oh, it's
phenomenal.
My first gaming memory was on an Atari 2600. Combat was the first one, and then we had in television, right? And it was Dungeons and Dragons, and it was funny because back in the 80s, I'm old as shit. So back in the 80s, when Dungeons and Dragons was a thing, like it was satanic, and if you played it, you were going to get possessed by the devil. So my mom cried the night she found out I was playing that game. Yeah, and she's like, "I don't want my son to be in a cult.
I don't want my son possessed by the devil."
So I mean, I've played just about every console that's ever come out. First person shooter Duke Nukem 3D was the got into the competitive scene back in the dial-up days, and this was pre WASD movement, so we would use the arrow keys and stuff, man.
So for those of you that don't know, dial-up is what the internet was before it's the current internet, and you had to use a telephone line. Okay, so you know what a telephone, they didn't used to be. You know what? This is going to be quite a rabbit hole for the Zoomers out there. Let's continue on. Let's continue.
Yeah. So and Return to Castle Wolfenstein, best first-person competitive game ever. Kept playing Overwatch through beta, got a PC, and then. Here I am. Overwatch. A friend asked me to play on his team that I knew in high school, and I was with the One Tricks ever since.
Nice. All I gotta say is it's nice. It's always nice to have an interview where I'm not the only boomer. It's so nice.
It's weird being like old and playing with a bunch of young people because I said television one day, and that was the funniest thing. They're like, nobody says television, boomer.
See, that's right. You got to join a team of all 18 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. All right, Shadow. How about you?
See, I didn't start my gaming until like a decent amount later in life because I grew up what is known as poor, so I didn't have a lot growing up, and my first console personally was a nice little Game Boy, just the Game Boy.
Yep.
And my first game was Pokemon Blue.
Yes! You got the right one. You got the right one to start. Good job.
So personally, I had that for a while. I didn't really get another console until I started working at the age of 12. I helped a little bit under the table, and then I ended up getting some money. I bought myself a PlayStation 2. A little bit later when I was like, I think 15, so about 3 years later. And my first game that I can vividly remember ever beating on the PlayStation 2 was a good old classic named Jak and Daxter.
Wow, that is a good one.
And then the second game I ever beat, which was a terrible rabbit hole for me, was Kingdom Hearts 1.
Woo!
And I never recovered from that.
A completionist nightmare right there.
Yep.
I'm not looking forward to 3. I'm gonna be doing a Kingdom Hearts run soon, and I'm not looking forward to 3.
It took me a week to 100% beat Kingdom Hearts 3. And
really?
I still replay it.
Wow.
I'm like so the thing about me growing up, and I learned this really quickly, I was very competitive. I did sports for a very long time. For those who know me for a while, I was a star point guard to the point where I was being scouted by like Division 1 teams.
Wow.
Like all the way down in like sophomore year. And then my junior year, I went on vacation to where my family's from because I'm Puerto Rican. I blew up my knee playing basketball like with like a pickup game. I went for a layup. Someone basically tackled me, and my knee just got destroyed from there. So no more no more basketball, no more martial arts. My two loves were now destroyed, and so I went down the long rabbit hole of gaming through depression. Mm-hmm. And I think the game that helped me the most personally was another classic, Persona 3.
Wow. Yeah.
It took me a while to get to shooter games personally, but so I ended up getting super into Persona 3, and then I realized that myself, I love competitive like I needed something to like get rid of my competitive drive. So I ended up picking up Call of Duty for the first time, and that's when I joined my first esport when I was around 15 or so. I forget what COD it was. What? How old am I? What? But nonetheless, I ended up sticking with Xbox for a bit, then moved over to PlayStation because I didn't have to pay for the online service, and then when Xbox One came out, I ended up playing Overwatch for the first time, and I lost so many friends because all of them were like, Overwatch is stupid," and I'm like, nope, this is where a lot of my time for the next 4 years are going. I played the first time I got to play was at a friend's house on PC. I played beta. There was this character in this weird pink mech, and I never recovered. And just playing constantly on console, I made it to top 500. Actually, I think my highest I ever was number 3 on console for 2 seasons in a row. I then moved over to PC. I had a PC that played about 15 frames a second. Stayed in silver for about 4 seasons, and then upgraded that PC and started playing at 30 frames and made it to diamond for the first time. And then slowly, I have now climbed my way to masters. I've met a lot of great people along the way. Like I said before the interview started, I played on a team with Trippy. I played on some great teams. I think the first team that I really clicked with was, ironically, the Heckin' Habaneros. I played with them last season. It was absolutely a fantastic time. There were so many positive people on the team. Big shout outs to Legolots. Fucking great dude. But now I have found my second family in Tempest, and I've never been happier.
Wow, that's amazing. This is incredibly great to find you all making your way here that way. Got a couple additional stories here coming in from Placebo. They started off on Pokemon Blue for the Game Boy Advance until they got their first console, which was the PS2. Then they went from PS2 to Wii to PS3 to PS4. And then on the PS4, they had a buddy introduce them to Overwatch. They built their first PC in February and then ended up joining Tranquility in April. And that's how they made their way here. Sadfire also sharing their story. Their first shooter was Call of Duty 3 and Halo 3 with their little brother on his Xbox 360 when they were like 7. I was not anywhere close to 7. Goodness gracious. We had a lot of fun, but as we grew older, we fought every day after school over who would have access to the PlayStation for the night. Their favorites were Black Ops 2 and Battlefield Bad Company. When they switched to Overwatch, they hated the game because it was so different from Call of Duty, but quickly became addicted and then bought a PC to play competitively. So it seems that many of the paths, the stories that have brought people to Trank really always stem from this love of gaming, or unfortunately something tragic happens, but you find a solace in gaming, which I think is really great. So some of you have kind of already mentioned this, but we'll go ahead and go back through the list, since again we are short-handed tonight, so we got lots of time to fill. Starting back up with Waffle Man, why did you choose the team you currently play for?
Ending season 4, Boop, I wanted to move up to Discord tier. Didn't really want to stay on Harmony tier. So, because of how I ended up on Boop, I was kind of like left there. Because I just made it in kind of because of Trippy. I was just trying out for a bunch of teams, tried out for I think like 3, I believe. Mm-hmm. And then Trippy was accepted onto well, actually I tried out for off tank because that was my main role, and I played in Harmony tier with Trippy because that's what he was playing in Harmony tier, and then my DPS was the lowest role I had at that point. So went up for off tank and Discord tier, didn't get onto a couple teams, and then Trippy was like, hey, I've been accepted to the Heckin' Habaneros as main tank. They already had an off tank with Chimanzi, great guy. So I decided to just continue my DPS run in Trank.
Awesome. Trippy Cow, how about you?
Well, for why I'm on the team I'm on, like I said, Chimanzi brought me into Trank, and I always wanted to be on a team with him. The first team I tried out for was the Holy Jalapenos, just because that was the team he was on back season 3. And I wasn't able to do it, and I heard he was the GM of a team this season, and he offered me a tryout, so I decided to take it, and one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Awesome. How about you, Ryan?
A friend asked me if I wanted to come tank for him on One Tricks, and he said they're kind of a meme team, and I was like, that's cool. And then we kind of didn't perform as well as we wanted to last season, but rebuilt this one and had a solid year. But
Nice.
it's been a good league, man. It's better than some of the other ones. It's
Can I just ask a quick question, Ryan? Are you playing Overwatch in the background? Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
It definitely
I
sounded
thought
like
I
it.
heard some Overwatch sounds. I'm like,
I
oh,
mean, you're
okay.
more than welcome to do so if you want to. Like, there's no restriction that you just gotta be. As long as you answer the questions, that's all that matters. All right, Shadow, how about you?
So last season I wasn't actually I'm gonna start from like the season before that because I came from Boop, and we did not finish with the best record that season. So moving up to Discord tier, I was like, I wanted to improve. I thought I was improving. I was like, I want to try moving up. I did. I got on a team. I then left that team and then got on to Habaneros, and we made it to semis. And it was a really satisfying moment. And I really like part of me like wasn't sure what I wanted to do, right? Because I was like, well, I want to try coaching, and then I liked coaching, but I also still liked playing.
Mm-hmm.
Then Chimenzi ended up taking over Habaneros that season instead of Needle. He was also, as was alluded to earlier, was an off tank. So the team didn't really need 2 Masters off tanks. It kind of killed the reason for it, especially because me and Chim have like similar hero pools. So I was like, for the first time ever, I just got offered a bunch of tryouts and I got offered a bunch of spots, especially because, like I said, last season I had to work for a team. I definitely did not have a lot of tryout opportunities. So this season I tried out for a bunch of teams, and the last team I tried out for was Tempest. Their environment was really great, really positive. I knew a bunch of the players from things outside of Trank, so that was like another positive. And then like I was like, you know what, I like the vibes. It reminds me a lot of Habaneros. Like we were all friends, we could all joke around, we would all play stuff afterwards that wasn't Overwatch. So we definitely built that bond, and like I chose to stay on them. Even like I just chose to stay on that team over every other team because like we definitely didn't have the strongest roster starting, but I definitely saw potential, and I definitely thought I could this team can do well along with also being able to like just be a very positive environment, because I couldn't go back to a negative environment team after playing on Habaneros for half a season.
Oh, I can definitely understand that. I can't tell you how many times people say that they improve, which is the question we'll be heading to next, just because they have people that they can work with that don't mauled every 5 seconds when shit hits the fan. So it's nice to know that we have essentially created communities like that here, where teams become kind of their own families, their own support systems in a way that really makes a difference in how our players play. So I just want to let everybody know that if there are some missing answers tonight, it is probably due to the fact that some of the answers that we received from those that aren't here were actually also end of season award winners. So if it seems that an answer to a question might be missing, be sure to go check out that BeatDrop, same channel you're at right now, just a couple episodes prior, and you will find that for the Discord end of season award winners. So looking at our write-ins here for Placebo, they said, I had to be talked into it. I was a main tank main, and if I did play support, I pretty much only did Moira and Ana. So when I got the message to join a team as a Lucio Mercy, it took a lot of convincing, and in the end, I was just like, why not? Nagisa said, Iconic and I started Tempest in Season 5 after playing for Maelstrom for 2 seasons. They were moving to Harmony tier, and we wanted the competition against Discord. I chose to stay with Iconic and start a team together because it sounded like good practice, competition, and something fresh. And then Sadfire rounds us out at the end, saying, when I tried out, everyone was so welcoming and funny. I really liked Orbit's community and how dedicated they were. So when I got the offer from Shinobu, I was really excited. So that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome right there. All right. Headed back up to the top with Waffle Man one more time. How do you feel as a player you have improved this season?
Personally, I feel like I've improved a lot from season 4, mostly by just game sense in total. Because, I mean, last season me and Trippy were playing DPS. We kind of played different. Like, we had the same hero pool. We kind of mixed it up. Like, one of us weren't hit scan, one of us weren't projectile. We kind of mixed it up. But now that I'm strictly like projectile, I feel like I've improved a lot just on that role, and also just the amount of coaching that the habaneros in general, like. We have HQC, shout out to him, Needle, just like those two, and Mallard too, just completely, like, just not even just like on that role, just as the game in general. Because as me personally, I don't want to be in just competitive scene, just like only play DPS and not play support or tank. I want to play everything so I can actually fully understand how the game plays out. So just having a bigger game sense is definitely how I think I've improved a lot.
Nice. Trippy Cow.
Well, for starters, I feel like something I've improved on a lot this season was comms. Shadowfang can probably agree, but back on season 3, Boop, my callouts are just not good at all.
You need to call out to not have good callouts.
Yeah. Also, as well as that, I would say my monkeys probably improved a lot. Looking at my profile, like I currently only have like 13 hours of monkey in comp ever. I'm even less than quick play. I just could not play him at all. The HQC, also another shout out to him, he comes in and he coached my monkey so hard, and now I feel like my monkey's almost as good as my Reinhardt, so thanks to him. But yeah.
Awesome. All right, Ryan, how about you?
Definitely the work that Dark Zero, who was a coach we had every now and then, the work he and I put in together really helped me improve my Zarya play and my diva positioning. This was kind of a rude awakening season because the level of competition really stepped up, and I realized I wasn't as good as I thought I was the season before, and getting humbled really makes a difference, I think. And then when you can kind of take the time and look at your own faults, and being able to have someone who can help you see that, it really makes a difference. So I've been happy on the Zarya gameplay, and again, it's the level of competition in the league, I think.
Yeah, and with the raise of the Discord cap now, you're gonna have even more competition coming into season 6. So definitely gonna be something you'll have to look out for. Shadowfang, how about you?
So one of the biggest things with me was definitely the fact that like my mechanics last season is what really I think really hurt, and especially like during our semifinal loss there. And it was definitely something I wanted to improve, but I had no idea how to improve on. And then about halfway through the season, we picked up this new coach who is actually returning next season, hopefully. And then he is a 4,500 off tank.
Wow.
And 43 on the other 2 roles.
Holy crap.
So he basically he's like, Diva was my worst off tank, but like it pretty much just came down to, hey, I will teach you how to play everything else. And then he slowly helped increase my mechanics. He gave me tips on how to increase my sense and all that, so it's definitely a lot better, and I've definitely gotten a lot more accurate. And just playing with the team that I'm on, my confidence also rose, so it made it a lot easier to focus on just getting better when I knew no matter what, my team had my back in any situation I needed.
Nice, nice. All right, from our write-ins, we have Placebo saying communication and teamwork has gotten better. And Nagisa said, I feel like I've improved greatly in a lot of ways, gameplay, team play, communication, etc. I picked up new heroes and learned techniques and how to position and play better overall, like on Ana. I've improved my mechanics overall. I've learned how to be a better help to my team and what to communicate. And I've learned a lot about being a co-captain as well, which prepared me for captaining the ship going into Season 6. And then Sadfire rounds us out saying, I think that overall my game sense has really improved. I am able to use my abilities more effectively and read players better as a result. So all those answers are definitely what our community is all about. You know, trying to create teams that are able to work together and grow together. Like, I can't tell you when we did the recording of Harmony how many were like, I grew like 500 SR this season. And it's just like, holy crap. First off, like, that is a huge jump in just a couple of months. But that shows the power that, you know, teamwork and coaching and, you know, wanting to get to that next level can do here. So Discord is just the, you know, another tier up and looking to do all those same exact things, folks. So, you know, always learning, always growing. That's what we do here at Tranquility. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our section for the All-Stars called The Chonkers, where we talk about the biggest of many different subjects. Let me go ahead and swap on over to our spreadsheet so that y'all can see what is going on this spreadsheet. No one is safe. All members of Aurum and Indigo can be voted for these positions. So starting off, our first question is, who is the biggest feeder of all the All-Stars? Waffleman, start us off.
So this one was pretty difficult for me because recently, out of the All-Stars, most of them have been on the Indigo side of the bracket, and me and Habaneros have been on the Aurum side. So I felt my options, because I haven't seen them. I haven't really seen how much they've improved. So I had to go with the most recent player that I've played against, and that's got to be Placebo.
Ooh. Voting for your own team. That's okay. You watch the Harmony one. It's going to be... Woo! These questions are really interesting.
He's not on my team. He's on Exodus.
No, I meant for the All-Stars.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's not on your... Yeah, I know he's not on Heck and Abs. I got that. All right. Trippy, how about you? Who's the biggest feeder?
Pretty much the same story as Waffle. I usually would go for a main tank because it just makes sense, but I don't know either of the two mains tank All-Stars. I was looking through them, I'm like, I don't know who feeds here. And when Waffle was telling me some of his answers, I just kind of copied Waffle, to be completely honest, so I also put Placebo.
All right. Ryan, how about you?
Well, it's funny. Same kind of boat. Like, I don't know a lot of these teams. We didn't play a lot of them. So I wrote down, I'm not sure about too many people, but I'm gonna pick somebody from Exodus. So I'll go with Poochie.
Oh,
I thought you were going to say Placebo.
I thought you were going to say Placebo as well.
I want to spread it around a little bit. You know?
Yeah, try to spread the love, the feed love around there. Shadow Fang, how about you?
See, so normally I'm in the same boat. Like, normally I love shit talking like the other off tanks, but I never played against Ryan. I like Normax like a hybrid. and Zuby's not an off tank. And then I actually like Greninja. Like, I have fun dueling him a lot. So I couldn't say him. And so I was like, who feeds? And recently, I've been queuing with none other than Placebo. And so my vote has to go with Placebo because he throws my comp games. And anytime I play against him, I lose SR.
Rough.
And by lose, sorry, I gain SR because he just feeds so far into our backline to try and kill Nagi.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're
Big emphasis on try.
Well, we will definitely be seeing a trend here with our write-in votes. Placebo says definitely me. So Placebo apparently is in very good company tonight. Nagisa says Placebo for sure. Also because I just don't really know who else on any of the rosters would, but I had Placebo whipshot Orion into pinning me, so he gets the title.
Oh, that happened last night.
Oh man, that's rough. That's rough, buddy. And Sadfire says, if Fire Azillion were an all-star, I would say him, but the next person that comes to mind is Placebo. So apparently,
can I change my answer?
Nope, already locked in. Sorry.
To be fair, he did say someone on Exodus.
Your answer was correct.
Yeah, see, you should have just gone with the trend there, but Placebo is walking away as the biggest feeder of the All-Stars. Both candidates, of course, coming from Exodus, which is a story for another day, I suppose. But let's go ahead.
I feel like if Cryptic was here, there would be a lot more.
Yeah,
more
if Cryptic JP Force was in the lineup, we'd have a completely different story going on. So again, another Exodus member, so it wouldn't really change a whole lot, just who the feeder on the team actually is. All right, so moving on to our next question: who do you feel is the biggest all-star carry? Again, with Waffle Man.
Alright, so I may have trashed on Exodus with that Placebo feed pick, but I'll give him a little love. Best carry Palpucci. I mean, that guy is cracked on the hit scan.
Well, you know what they say, Poochie go crazy. All right, Trippy.
Well, for me, I hate playing against good Sombra players, and recently, as a team, we've just been looking over some players, and Waffle Sombra is kind of cracked. I gotta go with Waffle.
All right, one for Poochie, one for Waffle. Ryan.
Well, we scrimmed flying lions a lot, and well, as an off tank, you hate getting outplayed. And early on, Greninja, he was very solid and outplayed me a few games and made me have to change my style. So I would go with Greninja.
All right, spreading the love around for this one. Shadow, how about you?
I am actually very surprised. So, like, I just want to walk you through my thoughts because I was looking at these. I was like, there are some people that definitely stand out. Like you said, Poochie goes crazy, but I don't think he's like a true carry because he definitely gets enabled by his team to do a lot.
Of course.
Greninja was mentioned, and I'm like, I play Greninja enough where if I can't carry, Greninja can't carry. That's the way I see it. And then. Honestly, so someone that definitely came to mind was Trippy, because Trippy, out of all the main tanks that I played with, especially because I got to play with him not too long ago when Habaneros did like in-house pugs. Trippy is just so good at like making and maintaining that space, but never going too far to the point where he just dies out of nowhere. But I think people are sleeping on J-Vice. J-Vice has been cracked for seasons on seasons. J-Vice is consistently good on multiple roles, and I gotta give it to J-Vice.
See, I thought you were leaning with Trippy, so I already put your vote in, but I fixed it. It's all good now. Oh goodness, I didn't see there was a turn at the end of the story. All right.
He was he was thinking about it, and then he watched our game on Wednesday, and he was like, you know what, slip that right
It's
there.
like, you
Ouch,
gotta
okay.
give. I mean, that is the VOD that we're showing for this as well. So, this is
That's one of
there you
I
go. See,
really hope that part goes right on like a point where like Trippy's just straight feeding in the back line.
oh no, the video's off now because we're showing the spreadsheet and the tallying, but but otherwise we are showing the video through the rest of the interview tonight. So looking at our write-in votes for Placebo, they have Pooch. He's never lost a fight in his life. Well, I believe the grand champions would beg to differ, but
I also
I
believe
will-
Tempest would beg to differ.
yeah, I will give it to you, Placebo. Nagisa, Carrie, that's a hard choice, but probably J-Vice. So another vote for J-Vice there. And tiebreaker coming in from Sadfire is also Poochie from Exodus. So Poochie, you are the carry right now, and I'm really starting to see a trend here. I wonder if it's gonna live up to what happened last night. So we saw a majority of the feeders on Orum's side during the Harmony interview, and a majority of the carries on the Indigo side. I don't know why the votes tallied up that way, but we saw that even the same tonight.
Oh, such a mystery.
Yeah, it's like it was night and day. It was literally night and day with the votes. So I'm gonna be interested to see how we do the Transcendence recording. This is the previous Friday night from when you're seeing this. So we do Transcendence on Saturday. So it'll be interesting to see if that pattern carries over. Orum's just full of feeders, and all the carries are on Indigo, I guess. All right. So next question that we have, who do you feel of the All-Stars has the greatest PMA? Best positive mental attitude. Back to you, Waffle Man.
All right, so I have not played with around anybody really on the All Stars, but from people I have played with, I have to say Trippy, because he never molds. Well, never mold. He'll never throw your comp games. Sometimes actually.
Okay.
You do not. So that's how I know you didn't play with season 3 Boop Trippy.
And habanero scrims sometimes will mold, and yeah, that includes me. But then Trippy never does. He'll still stick up there, make the calls, get us through scrim, and yeah, he's just a great guy.
All right, Trippy, how about you? Where does your vote fall for PMA?
Well, I don't know too many people as well of the All Stars, so I also put myself. I don't know. I don't think during Scrimmer game I've modded once this season.
Nice.
Season 3 and season 4 were different. But this season I think I've done pretty good.
You're a brand new Trippy Cow coming in.
Yeah.
All right.
Where was this positive Trippy in season 3 Boop?
I have no idea.
No clue.
Using some
It
deep
was
shove.
in development and now has been released.
Just under construction.
The beta
Exactly. See, had to come out just in time for that grand champion victory. All right, Ryan, how about you?
It's the same the same thing. I haven't played with really anyone. I'll pick. The only one I know is Anzi from Flying Lions, and healers are always pretty chill when I've played with them. So I'll go that direction, but that's a tough one.
All right, sounds good. All right, Shadowfang, how about you?
I think I'm gonna break the mold a little bit because I have played with almost everybody in here.
All right.
Like, so, just like, because I was definitely going through like honestly, there are some people here that have a very positive mental attitude, but like, I have to give it to Tempest's good old fashioned Mama Nagi. Like, honestly, Nagi, I think, is the only person where I've never seen her till in scrim. She'll yell at you afterwards. But like in Scrim, she's definitely that positive mom attitude where like she's like, everyone shut up now. We're going to go back to Scrims, and like, and it's just like, and it just really like honestly, she has such a positive attitude, like most of the time, unless you really piss her off.
Gotcha. All right. So for our mail-in votes, we have Sadfire from Placebo getting a vote for PMA. Nagisa saying probably Greninja. They've always been super nice whenever I've talked to them or seen them in any place. And then lastly, Sadfire gives their vote to Nano. He has the most patience and optimism that I have seen in any person. If my team is having a tough time in a match, he's the first one to say chins up, and come up with a plan to turn the fight. Kappa. So lots of love for PMA around the board, but Trippy, good job voting for yourself, because you were the one that was able to put yourself in the lead. So congratulations on walking away with that PMA. PMA does not necessarily unequate to bragging rights, folks. So keep that in mind moving forward. All right, our next question. Of all the All-Stars, who do you feel would be the best duo partner for you? Starting again with Waffle Man.
So this kind of dittos off my last answer, where I haven't duoed or played with barely any people here. So Trippy again is my answer,
All right.
because dittoing off, he doesn't mold, and his roles are all around the same SR, and he's always willing to play whatever he wants. I mean, whatever people ask of him in comp games. Me, on the other hand, I play what I want, so.
All right, Trippy, how about you?
Well, me and Waffle have been a duo since the beginning of season 4. I can't give the same reason as Waffle. We were queuing last night. I wanted to play DPS, and he's like, I'm only playing if I can play DPS on my main. So I had to go support. But yeah, so I got to go with Waffle. He's been my duo for forever.
All right. 1-1 right there. Ryan, how about you?
I picked Trippy. Actually, I've watched his Reinhardt play, and it's cracked, man. I'm really I get to play with him on the Ike. I hope we get to run Ryan Zarya, because as a Zarya player, there are few things as gratifying as having a smart Reinhardt. Mm-hmm. And when I watch him play, it's like I look forward to supporting him.
Nice. All right, Shadow, how about you?
So personally, again, I think for me it's a little harder because I've played with most of these people. Like Greninja, if we were doing a double off-tank duo, it would be so much fun, and I think we would honestly just roll. Like if I was playing with like Onzi, me and her used to duo all the time together before she moved up to Discord tier. Mm-hmm. Like I definitely would love to not duo with Placebo because he's just gonna feed my games. And but like Trippy honestly is such a great main tank. Every time we played together, we had such great synergy. I literally remembered it was like right before like the season started. Me and him just randomly started duo queuing one day, and we just fucking rolled for like 6 games straight. It was just like it was to the point where it's like we were both masters, and we were like, yeah, we're in masters games, right? And then we had to double check because we were just. It was such a tank difference. It wasn't even funny. But my vote has to go to Nagi because we literally duo queued ourselves both back to Masters. And if I'm queuing with Nagi, that means that if we ever queue into Placebo, we get a free win.
That is true. A reminder from the EOS Awards, if anyone has faced off against Nagisa, be sure to check in with the Tranquility Hammer to receive your free SR. For all that Ana abuse. So, Shadow Fang, how about you? Or you just did yours, actually. Sorry, I'm a little tired tonight. This has been a long day. So going now to our write-in votes, we have Placebo saying Nagi, because if I don't stack with her, she gonna Q snipe me and yoink my SR. So... Oh, we got them tied up and now 2-2. Nagisa says, with me, that's a hard choice between two. I'd say Shadowfang, but Placebo and I have a great duo when he's not whip-shotting Orion into me. So, looks like Placebo gaining a little bit of traction back from being the biggest feeder. And then Sadfire saying, no one duos with me. Sag.
Aww.
Well, it was supposed to be who you feel would be the best duo partner, not who actually duos with you. So see, now I have to decide, do I go with my primal instincts of the MTD for Mr. Trippy Cow, or do I give some healing love to Nagisa? And I'm gonna have to find my... Nope, my wallet is in the hallway, but my wife's wallet's right here. So
Nice.
I just need a coin. That's all I
Good
need.
play.
Nothing crazy about that. So
It's all right. We'll go with that.
All right, heads or tails? And it is tails, so the vote goes to Nagisa. Nagisa, you were walking away with the vote for best duo partner, which I would say Trippy would agree on that. You always need a good healer behind your tank line. So.
True.
All right. All those votes were for the Aurum side as well. Just saying. Should have represented Indigo. Should have represented.
We all know Indigo still would have picked Aurum. We are definitely the best duos.
All right. So last one we've got, of course, the most fun, and I feel like this is going to be a pretty given one. Who is going to receive the largest percentage of tea bags during the All-Star event? Or I guess who do you feel will at this point, but at the now we're just checking our work. Did it actually come to be? So Waffle Man, who does your vote go for?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Who is going to receive the largest amount of tea bags during the All-Stars game?
No, that is a good question. There's so many people. I feel like, in general, Placebo's gonna get the most teabags. However, the person that I'm probably gonna teabag the most is Normac.
I mean, MTD. Am I right?
Yeah.
Gotta make the difference.
The reason being is that PDK's hog do go pretty hard, and he had to fill in for Normac, so I got to pay homage to PDK.
Gotcha. Got to pay him back. All right, moving on. Trippy.
So, I was gonna say Normac because you hit up that MTD and you just gotta teabag the crap out of it. But
yep.
I think I'm probably just gonna go Placebo. If he ever bashes into me and dies for it,
I mean, Placebo's on your team, so I guess you're just gonna wait for the enemy team to kill him and then go over. I would love to see that, all of Aurum just walking over after Placebo dies and just teabags.
See, but for us to do that, we have to be in their back line, and that's a little.
Oh, that's right. See, you have to be where Placebo is. Oh man, that might be hard.
Fine, I'll just play hog, and I'll literally just make sure to hook the other hog. The hog will just hook Placebo back to us. And we'll
that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, Ryan, how about you? Who's gonna get the most tea bags?
Well, from me personally, I think Phoenix from Supernova, just because I play him in 2 maps and he's a tank, and you have to assert, you got to assert dominance.
Yes, absolutely.
But anyone who gets slept on my own team, I'm grinding it. I'm grinding it right on their team.
All right, well, supports on Indigo. You got work to do. Got to keep Ryan busy. All right, Shadow, how about you?
This was a very no, it's Greninja. I have to. I need to assert dominance, and it's just gonna be Greninja. It's not even a question for me. I'm going it's not even everyone's gonna teabag him. I'm just gonna teabag him so many times that his counter's just gonna go straight up.
Oh my gosh, that's great. All right, for our write-in votes, Placebo says Mudkip can't be MVP and dying, which doesn't make sense when I say it out loud. Because
Wait, no. So I think I know what he means. He's trying to say like, if you're gonna be MVP and you die, you're gonna get teabagged because you died.
I'm assuming so, but it just doesn't make sense written out the way it is.
I think it sounded better in his head.
I guess I'm guessing so. There. Wish you were here, Placebo, to fight for your honor, but you worked. All right. Nagisa says, I'm feeling Zuby. Honestly, man. So who is it gonna be? We literally have ones scattered all across the board. So it's down to Sadfire for this tiebreaker of all these ones, and it's going to Placebo for sure. There's 3 Supernova and 1 Exodus on the opposite team. So it's gonna be a good time, apparently.
Oh, there's actually 3 Supernovas. I legitimately did not know that.
Yep, it looks like there is. All right, so Placebo, better get ready. Hope you stay alive. And if you don't, gonna see a lot of rumps on your dead carcass. Gonna be a fun time. All right, I'm gonna swap back over to the VOD, get that going again as we move on to our last couple of questions for this one. Starting off again with Waffle Man, I'm gonna ask some questions about season 5. You know, looking forward now, with this being the last episode of the season. What is your favorite memory from season 5?
Favorite memory. Okay, so I think for me, it's pretty obviously going to be winning the championship.
Obviously.
But within the championship, my favorite moment was setting the Trank record on Hanamura. That map was the most fun thing we've ever done. If anybody, I don't know if the VOD might show it, but if you guys haven't watched it, what happened was when we were attacking, we played Sim TP because it's Hanamura after all. TP onto point, killed 1 or 2, but then the rest of the team just didn't decide to touch the point. So we decided, you know what? We'll leave these guys here. Like, I yell at my team, just go, just go. We take the coast side, TP onto point, cap it with like 5 minutes 30 left on the clock.
That is high. I don't know if that's a Trank record though.
I think and maybe not. I feel
like we've had a 6-minute one before.
Maybe
we have.
Yeah,
because it was before the time changed with how much time you got on second attack.
Oh, okay. Well, we can't count that then. So
I was going off what Bard said, so blame Bard.
Yeah, I would say that's if it's not a record, it's dang near close. So congrats on that. That is
funny moment.
You were speeding that one. Unfortunately, I wasn't feeling well that night, so I haven't gotten to. I'm like glancing over at the VOD during this and kind of enjoying the show. And right now, we're actually seeing, I think, exactly what you just discussed happening. So everyone enjoy that. That's gonna be fun to watch. Trippy, how about you? What's your favorite memory of season 5?
So my favorite memory of season 5 also mostly has to do with the Hanamura match, but so I joined as a main tank and I thought I would only be on main tank. My favorite part was being able to play Hanzo on 2 we didn't play it in an actual game, but there were 2 different maps I would play Hanzo and Waffle would play tank. And that was probably my favorite memory, being able to win the championship while playing DPS instead of main tank.
I want to exaggerate because I know people were very confused, and the casters were very confused on why Trippy was on Hanzo on that map while I was on Roadhog. It has nothing to do with Trippy being bad at Hog. It's that I am unbelievably bad at the character of Hanzo. So literally...
I just didn't want to throw, man. Just don't make me throw in front of people.
we tried it for like 2 weeks, and I'm just like, you know what? Get Trippy on there. I'm done with this character.
I mean, heck, if you got someone that can run it like that, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we've had I think there were a couple teams this season. Like everyone was technically classified a flex, like on the team, and so they would constantly be swapping spots. So I don't think it's a bad thing if you have someone that's good at a particular DPS or healer, but they play normally tank. You know, I don't see the issue swapping them off for a map or two if it'll get the job done.
I mean, Roadhog is just a big projectile hero. Let's be honest there.
True.
Like, can the best projectile in game, Hook.
Yep. Hook and yeet. That's pretty much it. All right. Ryan, how about you?
Our game against Ignis, I think we won. It was, just one of those games that goes 5 maps, and it was back and forth the whole time. And we had a bit of a, I don't know what you'd call it, we had it out with each other after the second map and just got it together and pulled it off. And in the end, it was one of those moments where everything clicks in the game and everyone executes the right way, and it's that gratifying, all the hard work you put in just step by step, man. It was a lot of fun. It was a good game.
Nice. That's good to hear. All right, how about you, Shadow?
I think for me, it was definitely the moment where, during the regular season, after a counter shaded match, and we actually had all of our players, because during counter shaded, we were basically down 2 players, which was very unfortunate. But after that, we just went on this win streak, and a lot of people were basically saying once we went against Exodus that, okay, that's your final moment for the win streak. You're actually going against a good team, blah, blah, blah. And then we just go in and have our nice little curse of a 3-1 because we can never 4-0. But we had our nice little 3-1 against, when, that was, the moment where it's okay, I think Tempest is finally done. And we still showed that we still had what it took to keep winning.
Nice. All right, so going to our mail-ins, Placebo, I guess, assumed that Poochie would be here, because I have no idea what this means, but Placebo said, the plan. That's it. I have no clue what that means. No clue what the plan was. Was the plan to get to grand finals and lose? Because that's what happened. I don't know if that was the plan, but yeah, maybe the plan needs a better execution. Nagisa saying, I think playing Exodus was one of my favorite memories. It's hard to boil it down to just one, but it was super fun and competitive playing against them. I also enjoyed any time we played or scrimmed Flying Lions, aka Flying Tempest. Those teams actually have a great connection with one another. I love seeing teams that regularly scrim one another. Makes their matches even that more interesting. And then Sadfire said, being nominated for Best Discord Tier Flex Support. This is my first season in Tranquility, and I didn't stream or talk much in Discord, so I was really surprised that I was even noticed. After that, I started to talk more in the server, and I interacted and made friends with many new cool people and talented players. So
I feel like I can definitely relate with that last one, because I've been here for 3 seasons. And this is my first time getting nominated for Best Off Tank.
How about that? Honestly, especially with this season in particular, with there being so many teams, it's hard to narrow it down to a certain group. I think now with what we know about Season 16, getting back down to the, what is it?
Season 16. You're expecting us to be here for a while.
Yeah, 16. Oh, sorry, Season 6. 16. I was thinking 16 teams. I had my numbers ambidextrously reversed or whatever that word is. I'm really tired. But yeah, with Season 6 going back down to 16, I think it'll be more manageable. And for those people that didn't feel like they got seen this season, I hope you stick around, because next season you'll definitely have more of a greater chance to shine, especially on the streams as well. So, moving on, our next question, back up to Waffle Man again. What is one thing you loved about Season 5? And what I mean by this, when it comes to, the structure of the tournament, Was there a way that you liked the bracketing? Did you really click with your team this season? Like, however you define something you loved about the season.
So for me personally, I really liked I know it was very not very great for the admins, but the introduction of a new like 32 teams for each tier. I mean, no, yeah, 30 teams for each tier. Yeah, I know it was hard, but I really liked. There's so many more people in the community now, and yeah, they're more friends for everybody, honestly. And I also really liked the Orium / Indigo way that they did the brackets, because like going into playoffs, like I feel like it's way more interesting having like this team best of the best on this side, this team best of the best, and then see how that clashes together. So
that is
yeah.
true. It's going to be interesting to see how we do that moving forward. I think they're looking to continue to keep that similar bracketing with the Aurum and Indigo sides moving forward. But now that we have fewer teams, it'll be interesting to see how those matchups happen, and if you didn't tell already, there were actually some swaps between Orm and Indigo between stage 1 and stage 2, and they're looking for kind of a strategic way to balance the scales, if it were. So should be interesting to see how that works going into season 6. All right, Trippy, how about you?
Well, I couldn't think fast enough of how anyway it's set up, like the brackets or anything, but I'm just gonna say my favorite part of the season was joining the Habaneros. Like, most of us are going up and gonna all try to stay together in trance tier. Because yeah, all these guys I click with, they're really fun to hang out with. Not a lot know about us because not too many of us are very active in trank chats, but I don't know. I was just gotta say my team.
All right, Ryan, how about you?
It's gonna sound kind of kiss assy, but I enjoyed interacting with the admins. They're solid dudes. They do a good job and they care. Plus, a lot of them are not like well, I guess like boomers, but
We are.
it's kind of cool.
We're all
man.
boomers.
Yeah, well, there are varying tiers of boomerdom. But I thought again, like I've done a lot of competitive gaming in my life, and the way that Trank is run is it's the best league I've ever played in, and just the accessibility of the admins and the community's solid as well, man. There's always people talking about the game, about Pro Overwatch, other stuff. It's a great league.
Be careful there. Can't use that L word around here, or Papa Jeff will come
It's
after us.
it's a community. It's a tournament.
It's
it is not a league.
Yeah.
Just edit that out post,
No,
man.
no, none of those L words. We love. We don't. No. But yeah, I can agree with you on that. I've been through quite a couple of communities in my casting days as well, and Tranquility was founded on the fact that we wanted to create a space for all levels of Overwatch gamers, and I really feel that after 5 seasons, if they haven't shown it at this point, then you ain't paying close enough attention. So, Shadowfang, how about you?
So like I was definitely hanging out with like in some of the Tranquility streamers chat. So I think I was talking to like Kaden at the time, earlier today, and she was saying how fantastic of a community this is, and how nice everyone is, and how great of it, how like just the vibe is so great. And I would honestly have to agree with that, because I've met so many fantastic people, from the admins to players to people that don't even play and just watch, and then just like sometimes like a lot of them like that just watch, they just show up in people's streams. Like I've had a couple of those people be like, hey, like like I saw your Tempest feature match, like, and then they just start talking in my chat, and it feels really good to be a part. And honestly, like I think the biggest way to emphasize is like I posted on my Twitter, I think it was yesterday, hey, like if I haven't queued with you and you're in Trank, let me know, and I want to queue with you. And the amount of like responses that I've got is so great, and I actually want to go out and just queue with every single one of the people that either responded through DMs or Discord DMs or like responded to the tweet itself. Like Jack, I definitely want to queue with you at some point.
we gonna for sure.
So like it just felt great to see that community and just be like, hey, I legitimately want to see more of this community, and the response I get is just positive.
Yep. And I think that that's something that that I've found as well. Again, being a part of many communities, I've said this many times. I'm a console player, but I have this account specifically for casting. But in the last couple of weeks, after being so involved in the community, not just at the administrative level, but in the community itself, my wife and I both have found, lots of love and acceptance in this community that we have never saw in other places. And so, we're, despite the fact that my wife recently came over to console so that she could play Overwatch and other games with me more often, we're actually now trying to find a way to either get like a gaming laptop or another PC so that we can play with everyone in Trank more often, because we want to be able to have a place in the community and interact with everyone as well. So looking at our write-ins here, we have Placebo saying they loved the times they didn't have to play Mercy. And that's it. And that's it. Nagisa said, building the team we have now, while some have left for other opportunities, I cherish all of the games and times we spent together, and I'm forever grateful to the people who are still around me and believe in me for next season. Iconics, Maxix, Shadowfang, Shadowsphere, Sound of Mind. Even if some may not be able to play because of real life, they believe in me, and I appreciate it very much. So yeah, what I love most about Season 5 was meeting all these wonderful people and creating a Tempest family. Aww. Come on, it would have sounded so much better coming from you. All right, and then Sadfire says, all the Tranquility community events and streams, from Trank matches to Among Us, Pugs, EOS awards, there's always something to look forward to in the community. And I agree. That is just, especially with quarantine going around, I mean, wow, like, I feel like if you don't have a place like Trank to go to, like, you really need to find one, because it just helps. It just helps with the mental, being able to kind of escape away from all the craziness that's going on outside our doors, and a lot of people finding chosen families in communities like these. So remember, folks, gaming's more than just playing Mario in your mom's basement. It's so much more now. So moving on, we're going to be looking forward instead of looking back for this next question. Waffleman, starting with you again, what is one thing that you are looking forward to going into the off season and eventually into Season 6?
So I split it up into off season and Season 6.
That's
so
fine.
For off season, I'm looking forward to the GOATS tournament that is going to be held.
Aw, yeah.
Because I believe that the Ghosty Peppers are coming, and so and then Season 6, I mean, like Trippy said earlier, most of the Hobbs moving up to Ghosty Peppers because we're gonna have that synergy going. So see how it goes out in Trans Tier next season.
All right. Trippy, how about you?
So what I'm looking forward to next season is these SR changes. I think the trans tier is a little weird, but I can't wait to see how some of the other tiers play out. I mean, they seem better, and I just hope they do great.
Well, I think it's very similar to what they said during that Iris podcast. Just the fact that we're a place for improvement. We're not a place you really go for high tier competitive play. We're connected with so many other communities like GGNA or UCG that cater to those high tier, path to pro kind of things where we're just here to help people learn and make it up to that level so that they can start competing if that's what they want to do. So I think although the SR changes have been upsetting, I guess, for some, I think that it's almost necessary for a community like this, just because uh, you know, if you look at where the activity is, it's so much further down on the scale. It's the diamonds, the platinums, the golds that are just so incredibly active in our community. Vice, once you get up into like masters and grandmasters, they're just I'm looking for the next hit. I'm looking for the next match. I'm looking for the next championship, whatever, is going on, or at least that's the average, I would say, from those teams. So, Ryan, how about you?
Uh well, honestly, man, I'm looking forward to the time off, to the break from it. It's
Yes.
gonna it's gonna sound like an old person thing, but my kids are getting a bit older and they're getting more into gaming. So getting to do more of that with
Ooh.
them, convincing my wife to let them stay up late so they can play Overwatch or Undertale. Um, but the pool is there, man. Like I'm looking forward to get back out there. One Tricks is folded, unfortunately. So if anyone's looking for a Masters off tank, but there's a million, man. There's a million off tanks looking for teams. And
Yep.
for season 6, I'm looking forward to a different team and seeing how I synergize with them, and then coaching a team in the Discord tier. I'm looking forward to that.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Ooh.
All right. Well, we'll be definitely looking out for you, Ryan, going into season 6. See where you end up falling. Shadowfang, how about you?
I I was talking to Nagi because we were answering our questions at the same time because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it.
Yep.
And so her last answer kind of feeds into my next answer here.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it has to be playing with my second family again. Like as much as we hype it up, like anyone that knows me knows I don't simp, but I'll simp for anyone on Tempest right now. Like like honestly, if it wasn't for them, like they have helped me through real life stuff. They've especially through like a situation that I'm going through right now. Like they've helped me so much. Like I honestly could not ask for a better team. We're all dedicated to improving. We all want to improve. We're all doing our best. Like we we're always improving in every single game we're play. We're getting closer and closer as friends, as teammates, as honestly I know it seems cheesy, but we really are like a second family to almost all of us. Like we all care so deeply for one another. Especially like Maxix and Iconic, they constantly stream together. Like me and Nagi we found out that we're just very similar type of people, and we I think for until I started my new job for a month, we literally just queued straight every day after scrims for until 3 in the morning Eastern. Like it was crazy just to be able to do that with friends, and I knew no matter what I always had someone to have my back, and being able to do that again next season is just something that I can never not look forward to.
Awesome. Awesome. Lots of good things to look forward to indeed. Looking at our write-ins for tonight, Placebo saying improving. So eloquent, Placebo. Your answers. Love them. Nagisa saying playing, to be honest. I'm excited to play more teams, meet new people, create new team connections, etc. And learning new things in a new tier will be great as well. And Sadfire says, games. What is with all these one-word answers? I don't know what we're supposed to get from those. I mean, we're gonna have lots of games. We're gonna have tournaments. I mean, a lot of people still on that Among Us train. Lots of new games coming out that people are getting into. I know we've talked about it a little tonight, but I've heard it in Lots of other chats, people getting back into Destiny again after a while, after hiatus. I guess recent patches or improvements have really kind of brought it back to life. So should be interesting to see. Off season's a great chance to figure out what's kind of going on outside of the world of Overwatch for a couple of months. So
I will say one more thing though.
Yep.
I think honestly, one thing that I think most people can agree on is that like it's for those that are returning next season from Discord tier, I feel like it's definitely going to be like a lot more like of a rematch type thing because I have a feeling a lot of teams and a lot of players are coming back from Discord and trans tier next season, and now it's a lot more like, hey, we all got to see what someone could do next season. It's time to really show who's the best team.
Yep. I said a lot of that during a lot of beat drops this season. It was just like, we got a lot of new faces. Everybody's just kind of testing the water, seeing what's happening. And now it's time to see how it shakes out in season 6 for real this time. Now that everybody's kind of got their footing. So might not see a whole lot of new teams in the upcoming season, but we definitely will be seeing quite a few returning competitors for sure. All right, final question we got for the night before we start yeeting people out of here. And that's going to be, Waffle Man, if you could replay one match from this season, what match would that be?
All right, so one map. So there's a couple in the entire season, but the one stands out overall, and that's our championship match. And for two main reasons. One, I mean, that was an extremely fun map. I mean, match for me, my team. I mean, very competitive also. I mean, we haven't had that hard of a match all season long. But then the second reason, which is the most important reason, which is the only motivation I had this season, was the Needle Brig cosplay. If we 4-0'd, so you know, we would have went in there more driven to win that first map if we replayed that. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, Trippy, how about you?
For the match that I would want to play the most, it's probably the One Tricks match. It was the only match we lost all season, and I was still a little annoyed about it. I wanted to have that perfect season, but got it. Yeah.
All right, how about you, Ryan?
Well, I mean, without a doubt, it was our playoff match against Lightspeed. I never want to take anything away from a team that wins. We didn't execute 3 specific things, and then one of our best DPS had a ping issue, so we lost him, and then we blew it in map 7 because we knew Hobbs were going to advance. And we beat them, so we were like, we know we can hang with this team even though they're the number 1. So we looked past it a little bit. We were so eager for that rematch, and then we knew we believed we would beat Hobbs, and then we thought we would play Joey, and they really gave us a run. So but it's definitely the playoff, man. That one broke my team for a week.
Oof, that's no good. Well, I hope they're feeling better now. Shadow, how about you?
I mean, for me personally, it had to be the Battle of Sharknado. Tempest versus Exodus.
Oh my gosh, that's the only match I wanted to see this season.
And it was so frustrating because, like, honestly, like, is like we looked too far ahead, and we definitely didn't plan enough as we should have for flying lions.
No,
we were just so focused on the rematch.
Holy crap!
And it was definitely we were all a little too focused on the rematch of Sharknado.
Yeah.
So I guess if I had to replay any match, I would love to have a rematch of Sharknado.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was looking forward to that. I mean, I'm a cat dad, so you would have thought I would have gone with that, but I mean, Sharknado's a legend. Like you gotta go with that. And plus the numbers were in your favor for that to happen too. Like just based on how everyone was seated and, victories over losses, but, do not the cat. Do not the cat. All right. Looking at our write-ins for this last question. Placebo says the finals. That loss was hard. Yep. We're watching it right now. It was indeed hard. Nagisa says their match versus Flying Lions, honestly. We made a lot of mistakes. I wish we could have had a chance to fix or improve and gotten higher in the playoffs. And then Sadfire says Supernova versus Tailwind. That game was so winnable, and all the maps were just so incredibly close. So maybe a couple of slight changes would have turned it in their favor. All right, that brings us to the end of our evening where we got server kick trivia. The way this works, folks, is that I'm going to give our fine folks here in the chat a piece of trivia, and then they're going to buzz in by saying their name. So if my name is Waffle Man, I'll say Waffle Man or Waffle, just so, whatever I can get out so that I'll be recognized by Jack. And then if any of you get the answer right after buzzing in, you get to choose someone to kick from the server. You can't kick me because I'm in charge, so haha. And you can't kick yourself because we play this real cutthroat, and there are too many nice people in Trank. So I can't tell you how many people have tried to kick themselves. That's why we had to institute that rule. It's not allowed anymore. But of course, if you get the answer wrong, you can obviously throw if you really want to get kicked out that bad, and just answer wrong and you will end up getting kicked from the server. Tonight's server kick trivia, like the rest of them have been, is character interactions. So it'll either be activated by one hero talking to another hero, or a hero being activated for a line based on their environment. So if they spawn at Hollywood, for instance, then it would create a certain voice line for certain characters, things like that. So if everyone is ready and raring to go, let me go ahead and choose our first one. This is going to be a hero and a hero interaction, so I'm looking for 2 hero answers. What you looking at? An annoyance?
It's a weird one.
I know one of the characters.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
one of them
I was gonna say, I think we all know one of the characters.
too.
I'll repeat it one more time. What you looking at? An
What character likes to-
annoyance?
What character likes to make puns?
Wait. So wait, Captain Jack, is one character saying, "What are you looking at?" and then the other saying an annoyance?
Yep.
Waffle.
Waffle.
I'm going on a limb here. So the person saying what you're looking at is Tracer. The person that's saying an annoyance, Widowmaker.
That is correct. You don't have to get
Holy
necessarily.
crap.
Jesus, that was
You don't.
way
You
off.
don't have to get
Wow.
necessarily who says what line correct,
Okay.
but just that you get the 2 is good enough. But yes, that's 100% correct. That's exactly how it goes. What you looking at? An annoyance. All right, so let's go ahead. Gotta shift this off because now, Waffle Man, you have the power to choose who gets yeeted from the server. So you have 3 choices. Who is it gonna be?
I think I'll spare the person who thinks that he's going out. So Shadow, goodbye.
Oh, I'm the one that thought I was going out. I'm literally, every time I've been on the BeatDrop, I'm always the one first voted out.
Waffle kicked me out last time first, so I was worried.
I've literally never not been kicked out first. I saw that one coming from a mile away.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess before we kick you out of here, first off, Indigo lost because nobody was here, so essentially everyone was already kicked out by this point. So congrats, Orem, for your victory on Server King Trivia. Which is oh my gosh, it was so interesting last night for Harmony tier. It was It was Sensa on Aurum versus 5 Indigo players, and I think it came down to the final 3 because the Indigo players just kept volunteering to answer questions and yeeting themselves out. And it was like I was really waiting for the 4K Blade question, to see if Sensa could bring it back, but it was crazy. So Shadowfang, gotta send you on your way. You got any last words for us before we send you out?
Yeah, I actually do. So I just want to say I can't wait to play with the super stacked fucking pool that is our pool, like our team for All Stars. It's legitimately a little too stacked. And then I also do want to say that, hey, and if you're part of the train community and I actually haven't duoed with you, feel free to send me a DM, and I would love to either duo, trio, go into a 6-stack. Like, no matter your SR, whether you're bronze or whether you're masters, I'm down to play with you.
All right. Well, Shadowfang, thank you so much for joining us. But really, you got to get sneakier because you keep getting caught in the light. All right. And then there were 3. All right. Next piece of trivia. Ooh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? See, I was preparing for doing multiple, 15 plus person lobbies, so I have, a huge list of all these voice line interactions. So it's really weird. Normally I'd just pick one at random, but we only got a couple that I'll be able to use tonight. Oh, here we go. I like this one. So this is a character and environment. So you're going to be picking a hero and a map. No, 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 N-O. Yes, that's it. That's the line. Before you ask, that's it. So I'll say it one more time. No, 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 N-O.
I feel like there's a couple people that could say that, but
True.
All right. I gotta say my name, yeah?
Yep.
So Ryan Rays.
Ryan, who do you think it is and where is it?
I'm gonna say Harris. And Torb? I don't know.
I mean, you got the Torb right, but you got to think of his story. And where is the one place that Torb wouldn't want to be? Where Omnics are accepted, and that is Numbani. So close, but not close enough, Ryan. We gotta send you on your way. Any last words for us?
Thanks to everyone who put the league together for the vote to get in.
Hey, the L word, hey.
Yeah. So Ryan won't be coming back next season because they can't get the L word out of their mouth.
Oh man, my bad, dude.
No worries. You know what? That's more Owl and Blizzard. That's the issue with that. I honestly don't think any of us care. We just don't want them coming down on us.
Wait, why was I just kicked from the Discord server?
Oh, good.
Thanks to everyone in the community. It was awesome. I'm looking forward to playing with the people on the All-Star teams, and looking forward for Season 6, man.
All right. Sorry, I'm making these up on the fly. Ryan, thank you so much for leaves before I can kick him. Goodness gracious. All right, well, Ryan, thanks for joining us, but you got a little razzed up tonight answering that question, and wow. Whoo-wee. Excuse me, I think I need some milk. We got 2 spicy boys bringing up the rear here. Who is gonna talking stuff on who for this last one? Oh, man. Let's see. So we got DPS and tank. So I feel like I have to make it fair by at least going with someone that's a support. Huh. There's so many to choose from. Here we go. Never. Sorry. This is character in character. Never trust an Omnic. Never trust an Omnic.
Wait, it's between character and character?
Yep. So this character is
one
doing
person
something.
says it and one person echoes?
Yep. Well, no. One person says it because they're doing something to the other character. So the two characters are involved somehow, but there's only one line. Never trust an Omnic.
I think I know one, but
Who's gonna take the gamble? I feel like I could have you both answer, and the one that gets closest, I guess, could get it. If you want to do it that way.
sure, I'm fine with that.
All
I
right.
don't think either of us are gonna answer.
All right,
Yeah.
Waffle. Give me who you think is involved in this conversation.
I'm pretty sure one of them is Zarya, and then the second one is, I think it's gonna be Bastion.
All right. How about you, Trippy?
Okay. So for my guess, you said you've got to make it even and go support. So there's only one Omnic support, and that is
Yeah,
Zen.
Whoa.
Maybe I was stupid on that.
So I think it is between Zen and Zarya.
That is indeed correct, Trippy.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
paying attention.
It was between those two. Gosh dang it.
So, yes, that happens when Zarya kills an enemy Zenyatta. Zarya says, never trust an Omnic. So, Waffle Man, by the process of elimination, you must be kicked. You got any last words for us before we send you on your way?
Sure. Shout out to all my teammates. We had a great season this season, and can't wait to play with them next season, season 6. Maybe
Oh.
Ghostly Peppers this will last more than 2 weeks this time.
All right. Well, Waffle Man, thank you for being here. But as something I'm sure you spicy boys hear a lot of, burn! All right. Mr. Trippy Cow, congratulations on being technically the final winner of Server Kick Trivia for Season 5. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good. I mean, when Waffle won, I thought he was going to kick me out because when we did the BeatDrop Season 4, he kicked me out instantly. So,
Oof.
yeah.
Well, see, you gained Waffle's trust in Season 5, and then you eliminated him.
yeah.
Got that payback. All right, so the floor is yours. You're free. You can shout out socials for you or your team. You can talk trash. You can boost others up. Whatever it is that you want to do, and then we'll go ahead and sign us off for the evening.
Well, I don't want to brag too much, but I honestly think that Ghostly Peppers are still going to be one of the top teams next season. We have almost our entire roster, and we fit pretty comfortably under the gap, so we'll be all flex again.
Ooh.
And for shoutouts, I'd like to shout out HQC, but yeah, I just think Ghostly Peppers might win it all next season, so watch out.
Be watching out, Transcendence Tier, Ghostly Peppers making a comeback. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here at Overwatch Tranquility. This is technically the last message that you'll get from us for a while, and so we thank you so much for your continued support of our amazing community, and we hope to see you in future events. I know that we have, as we've talked about tonight, we have the GOATS tournament coming up. We have the Meta Roulette tournament coming up in January, and then we'll be back for season 6 in February. So from all of us here at the BeatDrop and Overwatch Tranquility, thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name's Captain Jack, and we'll see y'all next time.
Let's drop the beat.